Well, welcome everyone, and thank you for joining me tonight. This is a super busy time of year, and it's very difficult to get through all of this stress, but thank you for taking the time to learn more about how you can take charge and build your health naturally. This is the most important time of the year to have this discussion. We tend to put all of our health issues on the back burner, and we rush, and we're stressed. Um, and we're loaded up on sugar and sweet treats. And as we all know, all of that depletes our immune system. This time of year is actually the time when we should be paying more attention to our health and be proactive about things that could prevent colds and flu. This four-part webinar series will empower you to take the reins and work toward prevention of not just colds and flu, but also those chronic degenerative diseases. So just a little word about myself. For those of you who don't know me, I've been in the nutrition arena for about 11 years now. I'm a certified holistic health practitioner and integrative nutrition health coach. Basically what that means is I'm your guide on the side as you work towards building a healthier, happier, longer life. Health coaches work in many different areas. They work in corporate America. They work with insurance companies, hand in hand with doctors for patient health, helping them to attain their health goals. But personally, I work one-on-one with individuals as a personal coach and also in group coaching. Both very powerful dynamics, very fun for accountability and health turnarounds. I became very passionate about this issue about 13 years ago when I had fallen through the cracks of traditional medicine, and I became more and more ill as I went from one doctor to the next. Each doctor would give me a pharmaceutical, and of course I'd end up with symptoms from that pharmaceutical, so they'd have to give me another pharmaceutical. So it was a real big snowball effect, but with absolutely no resolution of any of the health effects that I was having. Lucky for me, I had a very persistent, amazing son who it took him 2 years to convince me, but finally he was able to say, "Mom, you need to take a more natural path to your health." And he stuck with me, and together we turned around my health in a matter of 10 months. And after 10 weeks, I actually was feeling a difference. I knew that I was on the right track. So it was a very, very powerful experience for me, not just because of the health turnaround and the 87 pounds that I was able to lose as a result of this condition that I had, but not only was that turnaround powerful, but it was the understanding about the power of diet and nutrition and nutritional supplementation, lifestyle and environment, and how all that comes together to build our health. So I have a brand new outlook on life, and I am very excited to be able to share what I've learned. I do have a new program launching right after Christmas. It's a refresh and reboot type of program. It's called Fresh Start. So the program would be for you if maybe in 2017 you just weren't able to put the pieces together for your health and consider yourself successful in that area. You might have been frustrated with how things were going. Maybe you need to work on some health numbers or losing a little weight and some inches. Or maybe you're just lacking energy and can't get any sleep because you've got insomnia. Whatever the issues are, this is a great program to start from square one and reboot yourself for a wonderful 2018. It's going to be a 6-week program, so I'm limiting it to 15 seats. So there's going to be a lot of one-on-one. We're going to meet once a week, and then we'll have a lot of follow-up in between. But it is first come, first serve, so if this sounds like something you're interested in, get with me right away. It's going to consist of lots of accountability, cooking skills. I'm going to be having some cooking demos, and we'll work together with those and have some samples. We'll work on some recipes and a grocery list, strategies to stay on track for the long term. As you know, most people start their program beginning of January, and then by the end of the month, they've probably fallen off because they don't have those long-term strategies in place. So we're going to work on some of those and get you going on a healthy new year and start 2018 out right. So contact me today to reserve your spot. In this webinar today, you're going to hear a similar story to mine of a doctor who had absolutely no belief in natural medicine. But he was able to turn his thinking around and help his wife recover from a debilitating condition using natural nutrition. So just a couple of housekeeping things. I'm going to mute everyone here, and then I'll open it up at the end and we can go over whatever questions you have. Feel free to type them into the chat box, leave me a phone number, an email, and I'll be glad to follow up with you after. I'll also be providing some links. I've actually entered them in the chat box, so you'll be able to check those out, to some resources that I'm going to mention. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, in last week's series, we'll do a little recap here. We covered the importance of supplementing with protein and amino acids. We talked about the importance of a healthy gut flora for good digestion and better health. We talked about telomeres and what they are and why they matter. If you missed that one, you may want to skip back to that recording and listen to that piece. Very important piece of science right now. We also talked about my brand partners Shaklee's Life Strip and why it is absolutely special. In this third session of the series, we're going to talk about the importance of antioxidants and the prevention of free radical damage. We're going to talk about the importance of vitamin C and why it's so vital to your health. We're also going to talk about Shaklee's vitalizing plan and what makes that delivery system so very effective. So this, I'm offering a link at the end of the webinar to my ebook. This is going to help you fill in the holes to your notes tonight. It'll be your companion guide to this webinar. So stay to the end and I'll slide that link into the chat box for you. So in our last two webinar sessions, I shared the powerful story of a doctor whose name was Dr. Strand and his wife's health and the dramatically improved results that she got taking a regimen of nutritional supplements and of course a wonderful diet. What's ironic is that this same doctor had originally felt that vitamins were just expensive urine and were nothing but snake oil. The reason I chose this story is because I continue to hear people sharing their doctor's statements about vitamin supplements being useless. This really frustrates me because I know they make a difference. So how about you? Is there something you've heard from a medical professional? If someone with that kind of knowledge tells you something like that, you can feel a little helpless. You know, these people are very learned, they studied for years, they should have all of the answers for our health, right? So at that point, do you go against the advice of your doctor? My hope is that the story of Dr. Strand's conversion from the first two webinars will empower you to seek alternate advice or press your current primary care doctor for more answers. My greater purpose for sharing my ebook and this webinar series is to ensure that you understand that your belief in the need for food supplementation, regardless of what you've heard in the news or any place else, is in fact 100% correct. If you've determined to protect or regain your health and you only want to use drugs as a last resort, I can tell you that diet and taking food supplements is a must. When Dr. Strand's wife had such a dramatic health turnaround, he was excited, but he was still optimistically cautious. While browsing through the bookstore, he saw a book by Dr. Kenneth Cooper called The Antioxidant Revolution. Dr. Cooper explained a process called oxidative stress, which he indicated was the underlying cause of chronic degenerative diseases. He devoured the book, and we all know that oxygen is essential for life itself, but oxygen is also inherently dangerous to our existence. How can that be? This is known as the oxygen paradox. Scientific research has established beyond a shadow of doubt that the oxidative stress or cell damage by free radicals is the root cause of more than 70 chronic degenerative diseases. Just a word here, a quote from Dr. Mark Hyman. He is the director of the Functional Medicine Clinic at Cleveland Clinic, and he says, "Inflammation leads to every one of the chronic diseases of aging. heart disease, cancer, diabetes, dementia, and more. This is a very important topic in the area of health. When you understand the tremendous damage that oxidative stress and inflammation inflicts during normal daily life on the human body, you realize how important it is to optimize your own natural defense system. Your health and your life depend on it. So let's talk a little bit about the importance of antioxidants and the prevention of free radical damage. So here are some questions for you. Are you getting sick more often than you used to? Do you feel that you're just not as sharp as you used to be? Do you have a child with attention deficit disorder, or maybe you have ADD yourself? Do you wake up with all kinds of aches and pains? Do you have brown spots or other signs of sun-damaged skin? Scientists now believe that free radicals are factors in not only these ailments, but also in nearly every known disease, from heart disease to arthritis to cancer to cataracts. In fact, free radicals are a major culprit in the aging process as well. I do have a whole presentation on anti-aging, and this is one of the things that we talk about. If that's something that interests you, let me know and I'll be happy to provide that information. So in 1954, while researching an explanation for aging, biogerontologist Denham Harmon discovered the concept of free radicals. He said free radicals are unstable molecules in our bodies. They can damage cell structures when they steal electrons from healthy atoms and can ultimately lead to cancer, heart disease, and numerous other illnesses. So if you noticed, if you don't wrap up your leftovers at the end of a meal, how they spoil? So why is this? Is it simply from bacteria? No, it's actually a result of oxidation. Your food is literally rusting. One reason wrapping foods works is that it keeps the oxygen from attacking that uneaten chicken wing or apple slice. If you do any juicing at all with your juicer and all those fresh juices and you put them in your container and you fill it all the way up to the top, to the very brim, so that that cap meets the liquid, you notice that your juice will keep a lot longer. If you leave any space there, it oxidizes and it becomes moldy very quickly. Oxygen and other elements aren't just attacking your food, they're also attacking our bodies daily. Yes, as deadly as oxygen can be, it's necessary for life. Oxygen is the fuel that turns on energy production. Without oxygen, we could not make energy. So we're in a bit of a conundrum. We need the oxygen, but it's also slowly rusting us to death. The job of defending the body against free radicals falls to the antioxidant defense system. So what are antioxidants? Antioxidants are nutrients that are produced by the body and occur naturally in many foods. So our natural defense system is there to disarm the free radicals before they can attack your tissues and cells. The body also produces free radicals in the normal course of energy production, just in our normal daily metabolism. But there are also other substances in our surrounding environment, such as certain chemicals, smoke, pollutants, solar radiation, etc., that trigger the production of free radicals. And guess what? One of the biggest triggers of all happens this time of year, and we talked about it, and that's stress. Stress also triggers the production of free radicals. So in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, extensive studies were done to find ways to prevent things like metal corrosion. Food chemists were also looking for ways to extend the life of foods and prevent the oxidation of fats. Never a good thing, right? Oxidation actually causes fats and oils to go rancid. So they figured out that certain vitamins protected food from this oxidation process, and so they began to refer to them as antioxidants. At first, biologists didn't think about the food scientists' discoveries. Luckily, they soon figured out that if food was being destroyed by free radicals, most likely our cells were as well. And if antioxidants would help the food, they would most likely help us as well. Antioxidants are really the free radical police of the body, on call whenever necessary to arrest those nasty free radicals wherever they might be. Stopping these electron thieves early is important so that they can't spread their destruction to other cells. But here's another paradox. Free radicals have their place. They help your cells function and ensure that cells die when they should. So the key to good health is to maintain the right balance between antioxidants and free radicals. The more you understand the power of antioxidants and how they work, the more you will truly appreciate the profound role they play in keeping you healthy and vital. There is overwhelming scientific evidence demonstrating that those of us who eat a diet rich in antioxidants and take antioxidant supplements will live longer, healthier lives. Thanks to our new understanding of antioxidants, we can live not just longer, but live well in bodies that stay healthy and strong and vigorous, with minds that are alert and memories that are intact. And just a word here about health span versus age span. Age span is the number of years that we actually live, and health span is the number of years that we live healthfully. And it is our goal to close the gap between our age span and the health span so that we can live as many years as we can in great health. So you may have heard of polyphenols. What are polyphenols? Polyphenols are actually the most abundant antioxidants in our diet, and they promote health through a variety of gene-activating mechanisms. Polyphenols give the red to red wine, the dark brown to chocolate, and the green to green tea. Grapes, apples, onions, soy, peanuts, berries, and many other fruits and vegetables are loaded with polyphenols. And last week we talked about a product called Vivix, which is very powerful in polyphenols. It not only has the resveratrol, but it also contains the muscadine grape extract, which makes it 10 times more powerful than resveratrol alone in managing one of the key mechanisms of aging. Joseph Maroon wrote the book, The Longevity Factor: How Resveratrol and Red Wine Activate Genes for a Longer, Healthier Life. In his notes, he mentions that resveratrol, which is a highly active polyphenol found in high concentrations in the skin of stressed red grapes, is now playing a major role in the anti-aging revolution. So some of the foods that are highest in antioxidants are apples, berries. You've heard about blueberries being so wonderful for brain health. Carrots, citrus fruits, dried fruit. Just be careful on the dried fruit because it is concentrated sugar. Garlic and onions, greens, red grapes and wine, sesame oil and seeds, soy foods, spinach, sweet potatoes, tomatoes, tea, turmeric, wonderful for inflammation, walnuts, and winter squash. So the question becomes, can we get enough antioxidants for protection from our food alone? Since all of the main antioxidants can be found in food, you may wonder why I recommend that you supplement your diet with antioxidants. Eating an antioxidant-rich diet is an important part of great health, but it's virtually impossible to get the optimal amount of antioxidants through food alone. For example, Dr. Packer, author of the book, The Antioxidant Miracle, Your Complete Plan for Total Health and Healing, recommends taking 500 IUs of vitamin E daily. In order to get 500 IUs of vitamin E from food alone, you would have to eat more than 100 pounds of broiled liver, not my cup of tea, or 125 tablespoons of peanut oil. That's a lot of peanut oil. Or you could take a vitamin E supplement as he advises. Now, I don't recommend that everyone just carte blanche goes out and starts supplementing with 500 IUs of vitamin E. We have a concept in health called bio-individuality, and each individual is truly unique. So my needs may not be the same as yours. And this is where people get into trouble when they go to the internet and they try and put pieces from the internet together for their own health. So we work with the bio-individuality and we come up with the answers specifically for you. Did you know that more than 70% of Americans will die prematurely from diseases caused by or compounded by deficiencies of antioxidants? Although there are many hundreds of antioxidants, only 5 appear to be core antioxidants. There are actually 2 that are related in this 5. See if you can figure out which ones they are. So first we have vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin E, coenzyme Q10, and if you're taking statins, you absolutely need to be supplementing with coenzyme Q10 because it totally depletes our production. And lastly, beta carotene. So can you guess which 2 are related? Well, actually, it's vitamin A and beta carotene are related. Beta carotene is actually a precursor to vitamin A. Vitamin A, if we take too much of it all at once, it can become toxic, whereas the carotenoids, including beta carotene, are precursors. So that means our body is only going to use what it needs and get rid of the rest of it. It's exciting to note that people who take even one antioxidant supplement daily can significantly reduce their risk of heart disease and prostate cancer. It seems too good to be true, but we're coming to an age where we have the power to prevent and perhaps even eradicate many of the degenerative diseases that were once considered an inevitable part of aging. Antioxidants have been known to help with immune function, memory and mental issues, heart disease, arthritis and other inflammatory conditions, there's those inflammatory conditions again, protecting against skin cancer, and protecting us from Alzheimer's disease. So let's talk a little bit about the importance of vitamin C for immunity and defense. Just about everything doctors have been telling us about vitamin C is wrong. Current medical opinion says that people can gain all of their vitamin C requirements from a healthy diet. We're told that we need to make sure we get 5 and even 9 helpings of fruits and vegetables each day, and that we do not need dietary supplements. The book written by Steve Hickey, Vitamin C, The Real Story, The Remarkable and Controversial Healing Factor, explains why eating more vegetables and fruit alone, while very good advice, may not provide the full benefits of vitamin C supplementation. Government recommended daily allowances for the intake of vitamin C are just enough to prevent acute deficiency symptoms such as scurvy. And just adding here, RDAs across the board are the absolute minimum that we need to prevent those deficiency symptoms. I don't know about you, but I'm working toward a goal of optimal health. This picture here will make more sense in a minute. In 1932, research was done, and it was on this substance that when extracted and fed to laboratory animals, it prevented scurvy. This substance was, of course, what we call vitamin C. According to the conventional view, intakes above this minimum level are considered just absolutely unnecessary. But let's face it, who wants to aspire to a health level just above getting scurvy? I think optimal health is miles above what traditional recommendations consider to be optimal. Furthermore, there is substantial evidence that the intake of vitamin C needed to prevent chronic illness is much greater than the RDA. Erwin Stone, PhD, was one of the earliest scientists to realize that vitamin C's had a huge amount of potential. Dr. Stone used vitamin C to prevent oxidation in food, a purpose for which it is commonly employed today. He also began supplementing his diet with large amounts of vitamin C. He proposed that humans had inherited a genetic trait to need, but not manufacture, ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C. This innate dependency may be satisfied from our diets, but it's certainly not easy. Foods and juices are notoriously devoid of vitamin C. Not only are they very delicate nutrients that expire very quickly, but our foods are shipped across the country or even across the world. And if they're coming in from the country, from other countries, they're irradiated, and those properties are killed in that process. According to Dr. Stone, the present recommendations for vitamin C are far less than what we really need based on the amount produced in each day by other mammals. Humans, for an unknown reason in our evolution, lost the ability to synthesize vitamin C and must obtain it through food or through supplementation. Remember, water-soluble vitamins dissolve in water. Leftover amounts of vitamins leave the body through the urine in a matter of 2 hours. That means that we need to continually be supplying our bodies with a full spectrum of water-soluble vitamins in our diet throughout the day. Due to the fact that water diminishes the vitamin C, it's very, very perishable. Soaking our vegetables in water will weaken the vitamin C values in a very short time. So we want to wash the vegetables quickly and never allow them to sit in the water longer than is necessary. Vitamin C deficiency is a major cause of many of our common aches and pains. The functions of all body cells are affected by this vitamin. The most prominent role of vitamin C is its immune stimulating effect. This is why it's important for defense against infections such as common colds. It also acts as an inhibitor of histamine, a compound that is released during allergic reactions. Not only does it work as an antihistamine, but it's also a decongestant, so it makes it doubly important to take when you're having a cold. As a powerful antioxidant, vitamin C can neutralize harmful free radicals, and it aids in neutralizing pollutants and toxins. Thus, it is able to prevent the formation of potentially carcinogenic nitrosamines in the stomach, and those are found because of the nitrate containing foods that we ingest, like deli meats and smoked meat. This is a very important slide. A recent study published in Seminars in Preventive and Alternative Medicine that looked at over 100 studies over 10 years revealed a growing list of the benefits of vitamin C. Here are just some of them. Let's see, great antioxidant, common cold cure, repair cartilage, treat burns, limit bruising, glaucoma, cholesterol, skin. Just amazing properties to vitamin C that can help us in so many wonderful ways. Vitamin C is actually a complex. So the loss of any one part of that substance can weaken the whole. This is why Dr. Shackley writes in his book, A Study Course in Nutrition, that a synthetic man-made substance can never take the place of the vitamin C which nature produces. So that's why it's very important that we get as much vitamin C as we can from our food and then supplement appropriately. Aside from its best known role in the prevention and clearing of the common cold, vitamin C also performs a most important function in general metabolism. And it greatly influences the coagulation of blood in case of accident or surgery, strengthens the teeth and bones, and it aids in the production of collagen, which is like tissue cell cement. This cement binds the tissue cells together. So vitamin C has been known to help with anemia, bleeding gums. That brings into picture the, the toothbrush that we saw earlier. And just a note here, there is ongoing research, exciting research actually, drawing parallels between the oral health, so bleeding gums and tooth decay and so forth, to heart health. We are finding that people who have bleeding gums and dental decay, oral issues in general, have much more prevalence of heart disease. So it behooves us to take care of our gums and our teeth. Vitamin C also helps with decreased ability to fight infection, decreased wound healing rate, dry and splitting hair this time of year can be very helpful, and easy bruising is a real telltale sign. Also gingivitis, again, inflammation of the gums, nosebleeds, possible weight gain because of a slowed metabolism, rough, dry, scaly skin, swollen and painful joints. Also weakened tooth enamel. So I have established a very strong relationship with my brand partner and trust that they've done their scientific research. They are the only company I trust to provide the proven benefits to my clients in a safe and effective way. Their portfolio of over 125 clinical studies and published papers is unmatched in the industry, and I know my clients will get the results that they're looking for. I know that I certainly have. My brand partner's name is Shaklee. So Shaklee has 3 foundational regimens here: the Vitalizing Plan, the Life Plan, which is the Premier Pack, that's the one that I use, and then we have the Essentials Plan. These are all great places to start. Last week we covered the Life Strip. This week I'd like to cover a little bit about the Vitalizing Plan. Vitalizing Plan combines the Shaklee Life Energizing Shake, which we've talked a little bit about, with Vitalizer, giving you the essential vitamins and minerals your body needs, along with added nutritional benefits. The plan includes 30 servings of protein, sustained release B plus C vitamins, which we talked about, for a full 12 hours worth of coverage, the carotenoids, we talked about the beta carotene, and additional probiotics within the Vitalizer strip. So a little bit more about Vitalizer. This is an incredibly potent multi-nutrient supplement pack with over 12 patents on its delivery system alone. Here we see the smart delivery system that they use in the product. It's designed to improve absorption of key nutrients, ensuring that the right nutrients get to the right place at the right time so that they can be absorbed and assimilated. Here you'll see the 4 tablets on the right, in the digestive system on the left, where these products have to get at the right time. So the first one is Vital E. It's an advanced multivitamin. Long story, but Shaklee discovered years ago, when we're talking especially about women's health and prenatal vitamins, that folic acid has to be absorbed in the stomach. If it travels past the stomach without being absorbed, it's lost. It just can't be used. So Shaklee devised a method of actually coating this multivitamin with the folic acid so it's immediately released in the stomach where it needs to be. Along on down the way, you'll see the red tablet. These are your carotenoids, the vitamin E's, and the omega-3s. And then we have a little bit further down, you'll see the B plus C complex, that sustained release, 12 hours coverage. And way down at the bottom, you'll see the Optiflora probiotic. This is an amazing product. I have had clients go to the health food store and buy the most expensive probiotic on the shelf, or they'll buy the most expensive liquid with absolutely no results. And within 1 or 2 servings of this probiotic, they've totally turned it around. It's amazing to see. But it's triple encapsulated, so those live little probiotics get all the way to the lower colon where they need to be, live and intact, so they can do their good. A lot of the products are destroyed in the stomach with all of the stomach acid, but this has been proven scientifically that those live probiotics get to that lower colon. It's virtually impossible for people today to hunt and gather all the fruits and vegetables and other food sources that you would have to consume to get the nutrients found in Vitalizer. You can see here from the top of the strip, we've got the carotenoids, the vitamin E's and the omegas, the red, and then the two multivitamins, which are the Vital E, and then the sustained release B plus C on the bottom, and then the little pearl, the probiotic, at the bottom, very bottom. Shaklee scientists worked incredibly hard for many years to figure out how to get all of those micronutrients that are needed for optimal health in one tiny little strip that you can afford every day. And you get all of those nutrients for less than the price of a tall cup of Starbucks coffee. So it's very affordable. And the nutrients Shaklee scientists put into Vitalizer are not there by accident. They created their formulation based on what was the largest long-term supplement usage study ever done, the first and only that I know of. We talked a little bit about this last week. Actually, we covered it pretty thoroughly, but this is just a quick overview. This is the landmark 25-year study. You'll see here the blue represents the Shaklee population and the white represents the non-Shaklee population. The results from the landmark study were astounding. They showed that people who took multiple Shaklee supplements over an extended period of time had better health than those who took other brands of vitamins or none at all. And you can see here the lower incidence of diabetes and heart disease, heart attack, angina, heart failure, stroke, and emphysema. Just incredible results. So, Vitalizing Plan helps you increase your energy greatly, achieve a healthier weight, and provides digestive and immune support. It also includes the Life Plan Shake. This Power Pack Shake can give you even more energy. It contains loads of high-quality protein, 16 grams of ultra-pure, plant-based, non-GMO protein will give you a noticeable boost of energy throughout the day. Actually, it's 24 grams if made as directed. And just a word about this non-GMO, we discussed this a little bit in one of the previous sessions, but the GMO resides in protein. So when you're taking a protein supplement, it becomes even more important to get that non-GMO protein because that's where that's found, and we certainly don't want that in our products. Number 2 is powered by leucine. Leucine is an amino acid. Leucine helps you lose inches while preserving lean muscle. This helps you achieve a healthier weight. The more lean muscle we have, the higher our metabolism is, and the more calories we burn. So it's very important to keep that metabolism revving. A side note here, it's also very important for seniors to get this leucine. Many of them can end up in a situation which is called sarcopenia, where they're actually losing their lean muscle. So by having this added leucine, this is going to help prevent that loss of lean muscle. It will keep them strong, it'll keep them better able to balance themselves and reduce the number of falls that end up costing so many seniors their health and landing them in nursing homes. And the shake also includes pre and probiotics, giving you 1 billion CFUs or units of probiotics to support your digestive and immune health. It also includes omega-3 fatty acids, which, as we discussed, increases cardio and cognitive health. By combining a healthy diet, a modest exercise program, and feeding yourselves with the absolute best nutrition possible, you are giving yourself the best chance to protect your health or to regain it after it's been lost. So I truly believe in my brand partners' products. I know that my clients are going to receive the benefits that they're looking for, and they will be thrilled. Shaklee does have 3 foundational nutritional systems, but we also have many targeted solutions which can be helpful as well. But today we're just talking about the systems. We have Vitalizing Plan, Life Plan, and the Essentials Plan. So I'm going to be entering a link to my online store. Please feel free to check it out. Check out the products, do a little reading. call me or email me with any questions that you have. I'd be happy to follow up with you. I'm also going to be putting a link in the health chat or the chat here about our program called Health Print. Health Print is a very short nutritional assessment, 20 questions, take you 5 minutes, that will give you an idea of what you're looking for to meet your goals. So you fill it out, you receive a copy, I receive a copy, and then we get together on the phone and chat a little bit. We figure out what your goals are, what your budget is, and come up with a plan that's specifically geared to your health. So I would love to friend you on Facebook. Just search me out. I'll be putting the link to my personal profile in as well as my group. So feel free to grab those links and friend me on Facebook. I'd also love it if you could post what you liked best about the webinar series. Maybe it's a little nugget that you can take away right away and implement. Maybe it's something you didn't know that you discovered. Whatever it is, I'd love to hear from you. Just post it in the group there. And then you can find me online. My website is coachdebbiemiller.com, and you'll find that also in the chat box. This is where I'm gathering everything health coaching. So it'll be my blog, it'll be wonderful articles, the recordings of these videos will also be there for you to grab in case you want to pass them on or listen to them again. And then if you'd like to talk, please post your phone number or list an email there, and I'll be happy to follow up with you and chat further about any questions that you do have. In next week's session, you're going to learn about the importance of supplementing with omega-3. This is another area of science that is exploding. We'll talk about the importance of supplementing with B vitamins. Ladies, you'll probably be very, very interested in what we have to share. And then we'll talk about the 6 critical things to look for in a high-quality multivitamin. And we'll go into more depth about the landmark study, the whole study, and how this all came about, and the different studies that have now launched off from the original landmark study. We'll talk about the Essentials Plan, which includes the Vital E and the Omega Guard. So I will be entering my the link to my ebook here in the chat box, so feel free to grab that. This will help you fill in any holes in your notes, and it'll be something that you can keep to refer to later. Again, I just want to remind you about my Refresh and Renew program starting up Fresh Start. Again, it's only 15 seats, so make sure you let me know right away if this is something that you're interested in. It's going to be pretty in-depth and lots of accountability. All of the tools you need for rebooting your health for 2018 for long-term success. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. I've really enjoyed sharing this information with you. I hope you're able to take some of these pieces and incorporate them. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to answer whatever questions you have. Thank you again. Good night.